So, Tony, we just watched the Jets game.
Yes,
How do you feel about the game?
I am heartbroken.
Absolutely heartbroken. How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers beating us? You want to talk about it?
No, not really.
Well, I know what he's upset about. Let's go to the podcast.
You want to talk about sports?
Yes, I want to talk about sports.
You want to get a real job? You want to talk about sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
All right, sports it is.
Welcome to Tony's Upset, a sports podcast fueled by autism and brotherhood. I'm your host, Tony Gianni, along with my co-host, Gianni Gianni. How are you, Gianni?
I'm doing really well today. How are you, TT?
I am great.
That's awesome. Now, we have a couple thank yous that we have to give out, don't we?
Yes, we do.
So we got shouted out on a couple podcasts. The first one being The Extra Inch by Wendy, Nathan, and Barty. You want to say thanks to those guys?
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, it's a real blessing and an honor to be shouted out by those guys. I mean, I've been listening to their podcast for years, honestly. And then we have another shout out as well.
Yes, we do.
From The View from the Lane from The Athletic. Huge deal as well.
Yes.
You want to thank those guys?
Thank you guys so much.
It was super sweet, the shout outs. And just seeing the podcast blow up internationally after these shout outs from both podcasts has really been transformative for us. And it's been a huge blessing. And if you ever want to collaborate with us, or if you ever want to shout us out or be shouted out, you know, we're all about giving back. So please reach out. We're here to lift up the autism community and really anyone with disabilities. So thank you so much, everyone. With that being said, Tony, it was a good time to blow up with Tottenham content because we had just talked about Tottenham content. One thing I do want to talk about is after losing Ezebriche Eze, right? I said that he went to Arsenal. It was a big deal. Very upsetting. I think we got the better player in Xavi Simmons. I think he's going to be electric. He's coming from RB Leipzig. He is spectacular. And guess what number he's taking?
What number?
Number 7, Sonny's number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because now Sonny is in LA.
Okay.
So yeah, that's going to be huge. And then on loan with, it looks like no option to buy, we also got Randal, Kolo, Muani, a really good player who will fit in the front three. I think it's going to be a game-changing setup. You think so?
Yes. My biggest concern is, doesn't the Spurs have too many attacking forwards?
Yeah, I think so. I think that argument can be made. I mean, you got like Wilson Artebert, Matthias Tell, Dejan Kulusevski when he's healthy. You know, you've got a lot of guys filling those forward positions. Not to mention, of course, Simmons, who can play on the wing, Brennan Johnson, Randal Kolo Muani. And then, of course, at forward, you've got Dominic Solanke, you've got Richarlison, you've got a lot of options. So I think having a lot of options is good, but I'm afraid about stunting the growth of your younger talent, you know? That's something you always got to watch out for. Talking about young talent, we've talked a little bit about some of the college football quarterbacks. And one thing that Tony and I really wanted to talk about again is Arch Manning and how he's doing. Tony, we had brunch earlier today, and I told you I thought Manning wasn't doing great. And you actually challenged me on that. Do you want to explain to me why you think Arch Manning isn't doing that bad?
You know, and I go back to his first game. Listen, he played the national champions. They just have defense. Ohio State actually prides themselves on defense. They lose a coordinator and they bring back another good one. This guy, Matt Patricia, was a defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. Mm-hmm. And he's won some Super Bowls. He's had some talent. So yep. I understand.
So
that
you think him underperforming against Ohio State isn't that big of a deal?
No. I would like to have a good showing, but again, guys, let's not react. It wasn't that he played against.
It's not like he's playing against like UNC Greensboro.
Yeah.
Losing, you know? And I think you were talking about how, given how young he is, maybe there's too much pressure being put on him, and how if you compare him to a guy like Bryce Underwood, you said, then you actually have a much better understanding of where Arch is at.
Well, yes, and let's talk about this Bryce Underwood guy. He was a 5-star recruit last year and the number 1 quarterback. He committed to Michigan. He started his first game at the age of 17. And Johnny against New Mexico. And he played really well. But guys, it's New Mexico. And then, Johnny has the stats right here. He was 21 for 31, 252 yards, and 1 touchdown last week against New Mexico. And everybody was like, oh my God, look at this Bryce Underwood kid. He played amazing. And again, I'm going to repeat myself, against New Mexico. So last night, they had a big game against the Oklahoma Sooners.
Mm-hmm.
And look what and Oklahoma is also a very good program. They've had some national championships. I wouldn't say they're up there with Ohio State, but Oklahoma is still a tier program.
They're nationally ranked.
Yes.
Yep. And
But
how did he do, Bryce Underwood?
he did poorly.
He did do poorly. 9 for 24, 142 yards. I mean, it's not great.
No touchdowns.
And what you were pointing out to me at brunch was basically, it's not that Bryce is bad and Arch Manning are bad. They're both young. You've got to temper your expectations on young quarterbacks like this. And you got to hold them to the same standard. I don't think you can blame Arch Manning for having the hype behind him that he does. But maybe also a good argument would be maybe that hype should be tempered. People should calm down a bit and actually let him play. Same thing with Bryce Underwood, because giving these young guys too much expectation is bad for them, right?
Absolutely. Well, even though, Manning has 2 years experience, he only started 2 games coming into this year.
Yeah.
So, he's still young.
Yeah, I agree. Talking about football, I think we would be remiss to not talk about the fact that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift got engaged.
Yes. Congratulations.
Congratulations to them. I wasn't thinking about putting that on the rundown. I was talking to Tony about what he wanted, and he was like, well, we got to talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I'm really happy for them.
Yes,
I really am.
Me too.
And it's funny because, sometimes I think about the different narratives that sports commentators could come up with in these situations, and maybe someone would be like, Travis Kelce doesn't have his eye on the ball, he's getting engaged, he's going to have a bad season. He got a touchdown last year.
Yes, he did, yep.
This past game, didn't he? I mean, He's going to be good, man. He's going to be good. Do you think there's any truth to the rumors that he might retire this year?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if he's going to start a life with Taylor Swift, I would retire. But I mean, it kind of depends. I know that Taylor's busy. He's busy. If they want to live life that way, they can. If they want to calm down a bit together, they can. Anything else you want to add there?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, Tony. This hasn't even scabbed over yet. This is just going to hurt. Talk to me about the Jets game.
So,
we just watched the Jets game end.
It was an incredible game.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. But what hurt? It came down to a kick.
Yep.
A 61-yard field goal.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And honestly, it looks like it could have went in from 68, 69. I mean, the guy's got an insane leg. And they lost the Jets. The defense of the Steelers was good. I mean, yes, Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns, but Justin Fields, he looked phenomenal.
He did.
And it was a good team. If Justin Fields does the same thing in every game of the season, the Jets are going to be a good team.
Yeah, I think we can compete. Maybe get into that playoff contention.
Yeah, and I think the coach did a great job.
Me too.
I'm really happy to have a good coach. Offensive coordinator was great. Defensive coordinator, everything was phenomenal. I also think, though, it's a completely different game if DK Metcalf didn't catch that one pass that bounced off 4 people and then landed in his lap. I mean, that's insanity to me. It really is. But yeah, watching the Jets lose as you're about to click record, that's painful.
Yep.
And at the end of this, once the music dies out, you will hear Tony and I's reaction to that game. Tony, got anything else you want to add today?
Nope, I am good, but thank you.
All right, thanks for listening to Tony's Upset, sports podcast fueled by autism and brotherhood. Goodbye, all.
$61-yard field goal. It was good. He got it.
Oh, come on.
3 left. Okay.
Jets are going to have to mount a comeback now.
Yep.
You'll know by the end of the podcast when we actually talk about this game whether or not we're happy about this.